Hi everyone, and happy Halloween. I hope kids in your neighborhoods and maybe kids and grandkids all have fun tonight and a safe night too. And since the weather's kind of turning and we're getting some cooler nights and stuff like that, I've been thinking a lot about my cold weather favorite home or comfort foods. I have several actually, but soups are definitely at the top of the list, and especially homemade soups. I'm still working on putting together a repertoire of recipes that's really solid, but I'm not above buying some fresh home or fresh pre-made soups on occasion. It doesn't help when I ask family members for recipes and I'm told, oh, I just throw in a little of this and a little of that. That doesn't help with compiling recipes. For a lot of years, chili and spaghetti were at the top of my list for go-tos for comfort food in the fall and winter because they're easy to make and they would adequately feed our family, and sometimes you even get some leftovers. As a kid, I can still remember how great a pot of spaghetti or chili would smell when we walked into our house after school, because my mom had had it simmering on the stove all afternoon, and the windows were steamed up and it just smelled so good. The aroma was amazing. So it's not just the taste or the fact that these kinds of foods are nourishing, warming you up from the inside out, but there are usually some special memories associated with them also. And memories run pretty deep in the Bible too. After Moses brought the people out of Israel, or out of Egypt, they quickly ran out of food because there were so many people. There were so many of them. By God's providence, they were supplied with enough manna every day to allow them to survive the entire 40 years in the wilderness. Just think about that. 40 years they were fed every single day. Throughout the Bible, the story of how God's provision for his people was carried out. It was recounted so many times to remind the people of how God took care of them and saw to their most basic needs. And they were reminded over and over to remember the goodness of God. Likewise, in the Gospel of John, we read of God providing food for the crowds who had gathered to hear Jesus teach, multiplying the bread and fish to feed everyone there. But way beyond that, we read of a food that's better than any recipe that we could ever come up with, better than anything that we can find on the internet or in a beloved family member's recipe box. It's food that won't nourish just our bodies, but our souls. It will never go bad or have to be thrown away, and we don't have to be worried if there's enough to go around, and it's available to us just by asking. In John 6, Jesus said to the people, "Very truly I tell you, it's not Moses who's given you the bread from heaven, but it is my Father who gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is the bread that comes down from heaven and gives life to the world." "Sir," they said, "always give us this bread." Then Jesus declared, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." Our hunger for the things of God can only be satisfied by him and him alone. Only from God can we receive nourishment that will replenish not just our bodies, but our souls and feed us for all eternity. When we eat a meal, we become hungry again after a time. With Jesus, the bread of life, bringing us nourishment he provides, we will never, ever go hungry again. Have a great night. Bye.